I just dropped one on the floor. Hey guys, welcome to the Knit Now Swatch Later podcast channel. My name is Courtney. This is where I talk about all of my knitting and crocheting and whatever other crafty habits I've been getting into recently. You can find links to everywhere that you can find me in the description box down below, including links to my project page on Ravelry, where everything that I talk about in the episode today will be showed. Today I have a finished object to share, quite a few books that I've read, and I have some things to show you for Sockmas. So let's jump right in with my finished object, which is my Shark Week socks. So here is the completed pair. And this little rose progress keeper is where I was the last time I showed these on the podcast. I took quite a break from showing them here because I just wasn't working on them for so long. I kept them in the car to knit while Ben was driving, and eventually I ended up bringing it back inside so that I could finish it. But this was supposed to be done like in July, maybe August, when Natalie had her sock week. So yeah, long time coming, but they're finally finished. So they're finally off my needles, and now I officially have 0 socks on the needles, which it's been a long time since that's happened. Not really sure what to do. I don't know if I like it or not, if I want to cast on another pair or if I just want to take a break. So we shall see. And then next up, I have in my library card bag, this is my shawlography that I'm sure you guys are getting tired of seeing, but I'm so close and I'm just gonna keep showing it until it's done. So yeah. So here, I'll have it backwards. Okay. So this stitch marker is where I was the last time I showed it on the podcast, and I did all of this, and I have this much to go. So close. So close. I tried really hard to get it done before I recorded today, but I'm actually recording a day later than usual, and it still didn't happen. So I have my fingers crossed and high hopes for the next episode of the podcast, it being finished, but I don't know. I've got a lot of stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks, couple of days actually. Wow. Couple of days, so I don't know. We shall see, but I am working on it. This is actually my only active whip right now. I was determined to get this and my socks off the needles by the end of October. So far I've only succeeded with the socks, but I am so close with the shawlography. I can feel it, which I don't think I said. This was my shawlography, which is a pattern by Stephen West. It was the October mystery knit along for last year, and the mystery knit along for this year is going on right now, and obviously I will not be participating because I'm just not a big shawl knitter, and obviously it took me a lot longer than I planned last year, so I am really glad that I did it. I tried it, I learned new things, and it was kind of fun up until I got to the border, and then the border was a slog, so I'm not even going to try to participate this year. And I have a lot of other things on my needles right now that I would like to get off of them, so I'm just going to focus on those things and watch from the sidelines all of the people that are participating in the make-along. It is really fun to see everybody's projects, but I just don't have the time or the desire to participate this year. Alright, so next up I have a good amount of acquisitions. I put them all in this bag. So this bag is from Asheville Home Crafts. My dad went on a business trip to Asheville and he brought me home some yarn because Ben and I watch watch his dog while he's out of town, and let's just say the vibe is chaos when she is here. Our dogs are not very social, so they don't really get along with other dogs. They tolerate other dogs, but like they're not friends. They're not friends. And she's a puppy, and things are just kind of chaotic here for a few days when he goes out of town. So he brought me yarn. So this is the first skein. This one is Allura Fibers, handcrafted in Marshall, North Carolina, superwash wool and nylon. So here's the tag, and this is the yarn. It is a fingering weight yarn, which is what I requested. And then I have this color. It's blowing out a little bit. It's a little bit darker in person. Yeah, that's a little better. So there's this green, and then this blue. So my dad picked these colors out himself, and he said that they were dyed by the owner of the yarn store that he went to, so I thought that was kind of cool. And he says that he didn't do this on purpose, but this color combo reminded me of the Sanderson sisters in Hocus Pocus. It's the same colors as their little robe things, and I just thought that was cool. I watched Hocus Pocus 2. I enjoyed it. It was not as good as the first one, obviously, but I just thought it might be fun to knit something based on Hocus Pocus with these yarns, but I haven't decided what exactly I'm going to do with them yet. So if you have an idea, let me know in the comments down below what you think I should knit, if there's a specific pattern or what, just let me know. And then after my dad got home from his trip, we went on our own trip to Florida to visit my husband's brother and his grandma. They were kind of going through some things, so we went down for a surprise visit. And of course I had to find a yarn shop while we were there. I always try to find a new one whenever we go down there. Okay, so this is the business card. This is for Boutique for Quilters, which is where I got the yarn I'm about to show you guys. And this yarn was also dyed by the owner of the yarn store, which I didn't know when I picked it out, but I thought that was kind of cool. This is Yarn Candy, and just this really pretty like emerald green, but it's also like leaning more towards like some blue tones. So it's 60% superwash merino, 20% yak, and 20% silk. I thought that was an interesting combination, so I wanted to try it. And with this skein of yarn, there is also no color name, so I don't know. There's not even a number on this one. So I don't know, but it is really pretty, and I had to bring it home. And then I got these Lysa driftwood circular needles. I've heard a lot of good things about these, but I've never tried them myself. They didn't have normal sock sizes, so I got a size 1.5. So we'll see if I can use that for anything. I was thinking maybe socks, and it would just be a little bit bigger. I can't decide because I usually knit with a size 1 for socks or a size 3 for DK socks, so I don't know if that would work, but I'm sure I'll find something to use them on. I just thought they were kind of cool and they weren't badly priced, so I grabbed them. And that's, oh wait, I have one more thing. This isn't really an acquisition, but I signed up for Gabby of the Plies and Hellhounds podcast and yarn company's Patreon, and the first 50 subscribers to her Patreon got this exclusive postcard, and I just thought it was so pretty and fall themed that I thought I would show it to you guys. I thought that was a cool little goodie to get in thanks for our support. So yeah, there's that, and then that's all that I have for acquisitions. I keep checking the time because I have to leave in like 15 minutes. So we are making this snappy, but I don't have too much more to go. So we'll see if we can do it. For books, I read quite a few books in the break, so I am just going to read them off really quick. I read, and Ben usually puts the title and author down at the bottom of the screen if you wanted to see that. So I read The Lucky One by Jessica Payne. I read that one on the plane to Florida, and then I read it on the plane back, and I finished it. I read It's Not Supposed to Be This Way by Lysa TerKeurst, Layla by Colleen Hoover, and The Whispering Dead by Darcy Coates. They were all pretty good. None of them were really that impressive, but I think my favorite one out of this list was probably The Lucky One because I read it in 2 sittings, which technically that's two 2-hour flights, and then I read the whole thing on the plane, and then I think I had like 10 minutes of reading left when I got home. So yeah, that was probably the best one. I just read it really quickly. The other ones were not that exciting. I think I gave them like 3 stars on Goodreads. I don't know, I haven't been impressed with the books that I've been reading lately, and that makes me kind of sad, but I'm hoping to be getting into some more exciting books soon. I mean, it can't last forever, right? I've got to pick a winner soon. Speaking of winners, I wanted to talk very quickly about our fall sweater make-along going on right now. That ends on October 31st, which I think is like next week, the week after? It's the week after. So time is running out to post your entries over on the Ravelry thread, which is also linked on my website down below. There's only 1 entry so far, so the person that posted their entry has a really good shot of winning. So if you are knitting along with us, you could post a work in progress photo over there or a finished object photo. Feel free to double dip in whatever other knit alongs that you are participating in with a sweater, and I'm sure plenty of you knit Rhinebeck sweaters, so just make sure to post your pictures in the Ravelry thread, which is linked on my website. And once again, I'm using the Halloween heart pattern, which Megan Reagan, who is the designer of that pattern, so generously donated a coupon code for the podcast, but unfortunately that coupon code is no longer available. So, but you can still get her pattern over on Ravelry, which I have also linked down below. So next up, I have the reason that you guys have not seen my face on this channel for a while. I did put up a video 2 weeks ago to stay with my normal podcasting schedule, but it wasn't a typical podcast. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. But the reason that I have not been around is because I have been working so hard on Sockmas bags. If you don't know what Sockmas is, it is an annual event hosted by Natalie over at the Love and Stitches podcast, and she asked me to be a sponsor for the event this year, and I accepted. So I have been working on these exclusive project bags for Natalie's Sockmas. So yeah, just there's these red socks, and I have this string hanging out. I have a special progress keeper instead of my typical rose. I found these cute stockings. And inside is this white snowflake fabric that I thought was super fun for the theme, and it goes with the colors, and the theme is traditional Christmas for Sockmas, and I just thought this print was so perfect. I love it so much. So this is the Sockmas size in the black print. It also has the same stitch marker, and the inside is the same. So These are the two options for Sockmas. I am the only bag sponsor for Sockmas, so if you want a Sockmas project bag, you'll find it here, and that's it. So I have the red, the black, and they will both be available in both of these sizes. So if you are interested in grabbing one, these will be in the shop tomorrow, which is Friday, October 21st at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I only have a limited supply of these. I can only make so many, so make sure that you get there before they sell out. Oh, I also have Mandy over at Mandy's Bakings sent me this skein of yarn, this sock set, I guess. This is her contribution for the Sockmas event. She is the other sponsor, the yarn sponsor. And this yarn is so pretty, you guys. This is called Snow Glow. And the other colorway that she will be offering is called Handmade Ornament, which I'm sure you guys have seen over on her Instagram and over on Natalie's Instagram. It's so pretty, and I cannot wait to cast these on for the Sockmas event happening in November sometime, or maybe it was December. Now I don't remember. I think it starts on Black Friday, so the end of November. These are so pretty, and her shop update will be the same day as mine, an hour later. So hers will be at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And again, she's the only yarn sponsor, so if you want your Sockmas yarn, make sure you grab one of these beautiful sock sets. All right, so I am out of time, and I think I'm out of stuff to talk about too, so that worked out pretty much perfectly. So I hope to see you guys at the Sockmas update tomorrow, and if you are participating in Sockmas, let me know with a comment down below, and just let me know what you're working on. Let me know if you're excited to cast on. Let me know what your Sockmas goals are. How many socks are you going to complete? Anything that you want to share with me, just tell me in the comments down below. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like this episode and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out a new episode every 2 weeks, so until next time, happy knitting. Bye!